I'm assuming that the reason why you're choosing to watch this video is because you're tired of, well, the Kindle ecosystem. You're tired of all the controlling and not allowing you to download your books. Well, today I'm going to show you an alternative that might help you out. I do want to remind you that you are putting yourself in a different system. But the good thing about this particular system is that they're open source. So you're able to download your books easily or easier than the Kindle ecosystem, because you guys know that they removed the part where you're able to download your file from the website, and now you're left with their Kindle devices. I don't know about you, but that doesn't give me the versatility to move my books from one device to another since I have so many. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and check out the Kobo. So the Kobo Black and White Edition. Now this one is super dope because this is a dedicated e-reader. Unlike your Onyx books and even Big Me, how it can be buggy because they're not dedicated for reading. They're Android-based e-readers, so they're gonna come out buggy. But the good thing about this one, since it's dedicated, it's going to give you a richer experience. So this particular Kobo is black and white. It has a high resolution display, adjustable lighting, it's waterproof, and it can support audio books. And so that's why it's so easy for me to recommend this one, just because its specs is much more higher than the Kindle Matcha. So let's go ahead and open this up. So to turn it on, you can either press this button. You can also just close the device and open it in case you have a cover on it. And I do have a video of how to protect your Eink devices, and this is just one of them, having a dedicated folio. Right off the bat, you guys can see that the differences is that you don't have what Kindle, well, likes to do, is to have all their commercials down below and give you this much section. Here, it gives you everything. So you have your book here. You also have your dedicated books right over here. You can also check out your authors, series, and your collections. I don't have a collection, so it's gonna be blank. We can also go to Discover mode. And of course, the Discover mode, we have to connect to the internet. So let's start with that here. And here we are. Now, I do want to also let you know that because Kobo is a smaller company, it doesn't have a lot of books like Kindle. You know, Kindle is one of those places where they just have so many books. If you're trying to find a smaller author or a smaller title, then you're gonna have a hard time finding it here. As you guys can see that we have the ebooks here. We have audiobooks that you can purchase, and it will show you what they cost. You have Kobo Plus, which is just like Kindle Unlimited, but for Kobo Plus, it's $7.99. For Unlimited, I don't know how much it is. I think it's $10. Let me check over here. So supposedly the subscription fee increased from $9.99 to $11.99 for the subscription. It's gonna be a lot more cheaper with this device. Oh, before I forget, this is a 2024 model and it has the USB-C, so you don't have to worry about switching back and forth, okay? So let's move on to the next thing. We can also use Overdrive here, and this is where you connect your library card so that way you can get, well, free books for life. And that's one of the things a lot of people like about this device is they come over to the Kobo just because of the library. So you're able to connect and get all these books for free. If we go to more, we have the My Wish List, My Articles, Activity, Beta Features, and Settings. So before I move on to the books, I want to show you something. What this one has that other e-readers do not have is that you can actually Sketchpad on this one. Now I did try to use I tried using my pens. I tried using my pen to see if it works, and it doesn't because it doesn't support pens, but you can use your finger and write notes. So it's not going to be as efficient as a pen, but you can at least write notes, and maybe you want to remind yourself that I need to pick up my sister. And then you can also do is clear it, and then it will reset the whole image. And then you can also save it right over here. So we're just gonna go ahead and quit. We're gonna start off with using the PDF files. So when you click the PDF file, the sucky part about this is that you're not able to fit the letters with the system. And you can't do that with the Kindle either, but I just want to let you know that if you download a PDF file, it's not going to recognize it, and you will just have to deal with this zoom in and zoom out method. It doesn't allow you to write a note on here, and it doesn't allow you to define a word like Kindle. So it's, you know, it's a give and take, because the Kindle, the cool thing about that device is that you can actually find a definition. Maybe there's a word that you don't know what means, like constitutional, right? If you don't know that word, then you could just you can line it with your finger and it's gonna recognize it, and then you can see what the term means. Other than that, if you have EPUBs, such as if we go back, like for instance, we're gonna go to this book, Smart Fat, and here it definitely will recognize it. If you tap it, you can outline it, and then you can also add a note on there, and you can also use search as well. You can search in Book, search in Wikipedia, or search in Google. And maybe there's a word here you do not know what it means, like vitamins. Then you can just outline that, and it will tell you what it means down below. Another cool thing about this device is that it'll give you the description and how many pages you have. And then it also tells you how far you are with finishing the book. And maybe you want this to be different. Then what you can do is you can click here, you can go to settings, and you can click the footer, and you can put % of book read or time remaining in book. Let's see what happens if we put time remaining in book. It'll give you the 2.0 hours to go. You see that? That's how it's gonna look like. Or maybe you want to see what the percentage of the book you have read. There you go, 51% you have read. And that's so cool about this device, is that it gives you versatility to work with, well, make it more playable, make the e-reader that much enjoyable to read. So we can also, of course, perform some font sizes here. We can do the line spacing. See that? We can do margins as well. Let's just say we want to go a little bit deeper and dive into the settings. Well, you can also check this out. You can change the letters here. Let's just say that I like the Kobo nickel. And on the right side, you can see that it'll give you the after effect and before. Maybe you want to make the font a little bit bigger. Maybe you want the weight to go smaller here. But whatever is the case, you can apply it or revert back. And so it gives you all that option to play around with. And you can also zoom out with your finger. That's the cool thing about this device. You can go as small as possible as that, or you can go all the way in. You see that? And it looks so crispy and clear with this. You can also play around with the lighting. You guys know I'm such a light guy. So if you tap here, you can make it, whoops. If you tap here, you can make it darker or lighter. And if you already have the yellow filtration system, that Kindle Matcha doesn't have the natural light, which makes it orangey. You can just play around with that and it'll do the same thing. See? With the same settings. And it can get even higher than that. So that's so cool about this device, is that this is one alternative you can try. The software is so nice on this one. You have USB-C, you can add notes, and it's light. Like if you take this case here, it's very light, And on top of that, it feels good in the hands when you don't have the cover on it. It just feels nice when you're holding on to it. And then lastly, the cool thing about this device is that they have partnered with iFixit. So you can repair the motherboard, the screen, and even more. And so this is why it's so easy for me to recommend this device if you're willing to sacrifice the Kindle ecosystem, or you're even tired of even using that device. In summary, if you already have tons of books, tons of books in the Kindle ecosystem, then the only thing I can say is to stick with the Kindle. Don't buy no more books. And if you did purchase a couple of books here, a couple of books there, then I do recommend to move on to a different company such as Kobo or Onyx Books. That's another way you can go about it. But besides that, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you on the next. Namaste.